Hello everyone, in this video I will show you the usage of my new plugin remark-autolinker. Remark-autolinker is a plugin for the Remark framework, which is used by components such as MDSVex, which itself is a Markdown component for Svelte. As you can see, I already created the project here, Svelte MDSVex Starter, which contains a basic setup for Svelte and MDSVex. I'm just installing this project plugin right now. So if that's done, we're going into our main file here. We're just changing this page to Markdown, and I will provide some basic content in here. So now let's start. As you can see, it's pretty basic setup here. Now let's start this project. And as you can see, it renders as expected. The links will be linked in here. And nothing fancy right now. Typically, if you're working on in a certain domain, you have links that will occur multiple times across many pages, and you would be forced to create this markup portion every time. And if you don't like this, you can use the remark-autolinker plugin, which allows you to associate this term with this link. So first, we're removing the link portion of this text. And if we're done, we need to configure our plugin itself. So now we have to go into MDSVex config.js, and first we need to import our plugin. And then we have to provide the configuration for this plugin. Obviously, I did this ahead of time. So as you can see, here is the reference to our plugin, and here is the configuration for our plugin. Debug is just for debugging purposes. The flag all is by definition by default set to false, because in general you don't want to generate links for each occurrence of this term. So the second time this will not be transformed into a link. Nevertheless, if you set all to true, you have the option to do so. Case insensitive, so it should be obvious. And links is just a list of links that will be injected. As you can see, Spring is part of Spring Boot. The list, this is not an issue because we are making sure that Spring Boot will be processed before Spring. So this will not interfere with the other. And now we have to start this for demonstration purposes. So as you can see, Spring Boot, I'm just reloading it just to be safe. Here you can see Spring Boot is a link, Spring is a link, and Spring Boot, the second Spring Boot is not a link, which is again corresponds to our configuration. I can just switch this to true. So starting the server. And now if I reload it, you can see the second Spring Boot as a link. So in general, this plugin allows you to simplify your Markdown codes. It's not really important, but it is a nice help, as is because you can maintain your links in a central location. I hope it's helpful for you. If you have any suggestions or comments, feel free to provide them through GitHub.